pretty sure you didn't.
Oh, you know.
How you're saying for one of the best safeties in the league at $5.5 million is
in the NFL?
Brendan, $5.5 million is a bargain for a player like that.
Am I wrong that he was the one with the pick six against the Bills?
He was
in the Thursday night game.
Oh my gosh! Did you see that freaking throw?
It was a bad throw, but it was a not a bargain. Both
Colin
Kaepernick and Russell Westbrook. Or no, Russell Wilson. I'm both paying under $1 million.
Because they're on the rookie contract, you freaking idiot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I was interrupted for this.
This is how it goes every podcast they're on. This is why I try to limit it.
I was interrupted.
Keep it.
You don't restructure your contract.
Yeah, you can't. You have to, according to the new CBA, they're not allowed to.
Let's you two also not to jaw on each other's necks the entire show.
Why are you saying they're making less than $1 million?
How are these two going to join forces on the next show?
That's not stupid. You have to.
I'm just saying that's a good deal for them, and then they're both going to get paid.
All right, people that are probably not Bills fans have probably turned this off by now. We're 15 minutes in.
Okay, I'm gonna make my NFC pick.
Go ahead.
Best free agency of the NFC.
You can also do people that have taken care of their own players, is not going after one big guy. You can also do that.
I like Cam Baseman.
Yeah,
I agree.
I like that they were smart enough to get rid of the ridiculous Revis contract.
Yeah,
and they just assessed their defensive needs, and they made a lot of smart moves overall in the offseason.
I agree. My take on Tampa Bay is Michael Johnson. I think they paid a little bit too much. I think they could have got maybe a more impactful pass rusher. I like him because he only had 3.5 sacks last year, but the year before he did have 11. So I think he fits Lovie Smith's scheme. I'm skeptical. This clearly shows they don't believe in Mike Glennon after they named Josh McCown their guy. But I think this shows that he's also going to draft a guy, because if your guy's a 37-year-old quarterback, you know that you have to get someone else for the future as well to be your guy. So he is the guy for now. I love the Alteron Werner pickup. They got him for a bargain. They cleared up room from the Darrelle Revis and he's lower obviously than Darrelle Revis, who's the best corner in the league to me. I know you can talk about Richard Sherman and Patrick Peterson. I really like that signing as well, but I'm going to choose my team. I know it's biased. The Philadelphia Eagles, they took care of all their players first. They got Macklin done. They got Cooper done. They signed Jason Peters and Jason Kelsey, who are the best offensive linemen on their maybe two of the best players on the entire team. And then they made a couple impactful moves. They got Malcolm Jenkins from the Saints, who's an impactful safety that'll fit. And then they got Darren Sproles in a trade, and match made in heaven with Chip Kelly.
And Peters is a Hall of Famer. So
Jason Peters
is a very good.
So they made sure they were
a Hall of Famer.
Yes,
he is a Hall of Famer. He's a pro.
It's so impressive that he came into the Buffalo Bills as a tight end, and he developed into what he is now.
And the Bills traded him for mediocre center. That was one of the most embarrassing.
Who did they trade him for?
They traded him for Eric Wood. It was essentially they traded him for a first-round pick, which they used on Eric Wood. It was one of the most. They traded a Hall of Fame tackle for Eric Wood. Think about that.
Yeah,
Jason Peters isn't going to go to the Hall of Fame. Why would he go to the Hall of Fame?
Why wouldn't he? Stop answering your questions with questions and make a nice point.
He is dominant. He's a tackle. He's dominant.
Last year, let's see, 2 years ago.
Don't answer that question.
Hey, 1999. 1999, scrub.
Don't answer that question. Why you think? Come on. He's mediocre. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Alright, let me just tell you who I thought had the worst free agency in the NFC.
Of course, the negative fantasy wants to go negative. Okay, so go. I want to hear it.
The Saints were trying to clear space for Jimmy Graham. That's what they said. And then they traded away Darren Sproles, who was a big player for them. And they pick up Jairus Byrd, overpay him by maybe $5 million.
They overpaid Bird. They definitely overpaid Bird. He's a free safety.
No matter what, someone's going to overpay for Bird.
Jimmy Graham's gone. Do they even have money to pay for him?
Yeah, he got franchise tag.
No, you're wrong.
He did get franchise tag.
Yeah, he got franchise tag, but they gave him the non-exclusive franchise tag, which means they have to come up with the money before they pay him. They don't have the money right now.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Look it up.
That's why they traded Sproles.
Look it up.
That's why they traded Sproles.
They traded Sproles, but then they picked up Bird.
They did, but they wouldn't have signed Bird.
How do you think the boy can hear you?
going on here, boys?
They non-exclusively.
It doesn't matter. Teams have to give them. Alright, so you're saying they can't come up with $5 million? Or like $6 million?
No, they don't have enough room in the cap space.
Okay. I want to talk about...
They definitely.
Wait, first now I want to hear what Dave's best NFC team was. I'd like to get it.
Wait, there's an NFC?
I know that. I mean, this entire podcast is NFC favored. But that's okay. Let's talk, Dave. Best NFC team.
Sometime today.
Shut up. I don't want to be boring here. Tried to think of another team, but I have to go with the Buccaneers.
Well, yeah, no.
I mean, they clearly were. They made it.
I agree with the Buccaneers. I just didn't want to just say that thing.
Okay, Brandon, what about you? Who had the best? No, not the worst. The Bucs, but okay. So we all decided that Tampa's good. I picked the Eagles, but okay.
I also like the Packers move they just made. I like the Packers move they just made. They re-signed B.J. Raji for 1 year.
It's a good move, but I also like them re-signing Steve Shields. Steve Shields.
You want to talk about
Sam Shields. I'm sorry. Sam Shields. Hey, we all make mistakes.
Shields is going after snow!
I also like, and don't get me, to me, does anybody else sense a drop in the San Francisco, does anybody else see the 49ers as a potential slump season this year, like the Atlanta Falcons last year? I know, okay, wait. Because the Arizona Cardinals are a 10-6 football team who just got the last time they made an impactful move to get an offensive tackle like Velbier, I don't remember the last time they've had an impactful offensive lineman. They're getting Jonathan Cooper back.
They could have used some offensive.
They're getting Jonathan Cooper back in the offensive guard. Andre Ellington's become another year improved. Michael Floyd took that step. That defense is incredible still. I think San Fran might slip. They got Blaine Gabbert and Jonathan Martin.
Has probably the worst quarterback of the young
the label that everyone says are young.
Besides maybe RG3, but
injury. Right. But then you could also label there's a certain group of quarterbacks
Kaepernick makes some throws that you were like, why?
But then also he makes some throws that you say, wow. Like the NFC Championship game.
Luck's obviously the best.
You're saying that Colin Kaepernick's the worst quarterback of that class.
He's
of the young guys
has proved that he's a winner.
Andy Dalton.
Is Andy Dalton in the?
He was in the same draft. Like some people see there's a certain level.
Throwers than Colin Kaepernick.
I see where he's coming from. He's thinking of like Cam Newton, RG3, Andrew Luck, Colin Kaepernick, Russell Wilson, and then there's another tier. There's like a couple tiers of guys. Because then you got like EJ Gino, you got Andy Dalton.
They don't They're a different thing because their draft didn't have a major like wow factor.
Right.
Yeah, but I just.
But also Nick Foles is part of that class because he was drafted a couple picks behind Russell Wilson. You'd rather start your franchise off with Nick Foles and Colin Kaepernick?
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like Foles is about to reach his ceiling already, which is why I'm still concerned about him being the answer.
I disagree with Hansgen's remark. First of all, Kaepernick's way better than RG3, or at least what we've seen.
Way
RG3's rookie season was
incredible.
And a sensation.
And we'll see what he does with Jay Gruden.
Yeah, but did you see what Kaepernick did his first time he got started?
I did, but it took him 11 games to beat out.
But also, RG3 does not even come close to having the same team that San Fran has. Washington has absolutely no weapons. They finally made a move for Andre Roberts this year.
Well, I think they
had absolutely nothing. And he was coming off an ACL tear, so you got to be.
Andre Roberts is going to be like the answer.
No, he'll be a somewhat productive number 2 guy, but no, he's not the answer. They still don't have a number 1 receiver. Yeah. That's true, but like Washington's defense is a mess, and they didn't get Bird. They re-signed D'Angelo Hall, which is confusing because he last year was second in most missed tackles in the NFL.
D'Angelo Hall on Twitter.
No, I did not.
We can talk about the cornerback battle a little bit later.
Yes, we can.
Alright, be quiet. Now let me talk.
Ooh.
Colin Kaepernick is the worst quarterback in the NFC West. I know you guys are going to disagree, but who's worse?
Sam Bradford! I kind of look like Sam Bradford. I think I know a little bit about Sam Bradford.
Rams jersey on you.
Who's the best quarterback in that division?
He's the best quarterback in the division.
Russell Wilson.
You're wrong.
I don't know.
Coming out of a Super Bowl
Yeah, I'm
champion.
pretty sure you're wrong.
If Kaepernick was a Seahawk, would they have been just as good?
No.
I think he would have thrown. I think he would have made a mistake.
I feel like Russell Wilson, Kaepernick might have a better skill level, maybe, because Russell Wilson you've seen do some magical things. Kaepernick's a little more wild with his passes. Russell Wilson's more controlled, but I don't know if you're looking for reach his highest potential, it might be Kaepernick. I like Wilson.
I think Kaepernick would blow out more teams
Right.
than Wilson would.
Right. He has the
But
potential.
Wilson would win more games.
Agreed.
Well, when I say this, I don't think that Wilson's bad because he's phenomenal, but I think I'd rather have Kaepernick. And if you did put Kaepernick in Seattle, I think that they could definitely win the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I mean, what do you?
Brandon, why do you
Hang
think Kaepernick is the worst quarterback in the NFC West?
Because he can't throw the ball, he throws like a freaking girl.
Alright, that has
That's a silly. He throws a deep out. He throws it well, but his decision making is flawed.
He has a strong arm. He can work on that.
Decision making is probably
Colin
high.
Kaepernick is a strong
I
arm.
was
Decision making is the most important thing that I look for in a quarterback. I look for the mental before the skill.
Did you see his throw to Vernon Davis against the Cardinals that was for over 65 yards? He has an arm on. He has a cannon. Just because his throwing mechanics are weird. But you just said he doesn't have arm strength, though.
I think his arm strength, he just can't make the throw.
He throws a girl.
Yeah,
Why is Sam Bradford better than Colin Kaepernick? When Sam Bradford, other than Blaine Gabbert, has the lowest yards per pass attempt in the NFL.
Alright, who the heck is Sam Bradford working with?
He's working with Tavon Austin.
He did
He's working with
last year, he
Chris
got hurt,
Evans.
if you remember.
Okay,
Got hurt after a few games in.
Sam Bradford has never shown the skill level that Kaepernick has shown,
I
and
think he might have.
Sam Bradford though, I feel like we haven't really seen what his full potential can be.
I don't think
That's why you can't say that he's better than
As
Kaepernick.
long as Brian Schottenheimer is their offensive coordinator, he'll never reach that potential, which is why I think he's set to fail in St. Louis. Carson Palmer threw 22 interceptions. He was okay for the time being for Arizona, but they too need to get an answer in Arizona. They need to go get maybe a Derek Carr.
That division is going to be
last year.
Even St. Louis, look at it.
They're probably going to get Clowney. St. Louis might get Clowney.
They might. Or they might trade back, but when they...
Or Khalil Mack.
Or Sam
And their defense
But are they looking to go... They need...
ferocious.
But they need offensive line help terribly, and they also have Chris Long and Robert Quinn.
They're going to have to win games like 6-3.
When I was
They seem committed to Sam Bradford
I'm
still.
starting my second mock draft. And what I think would be a very good thing is I think Blake Bortles would go number 1 to Texans.
I think that's starting to happen too.
I don't think so.
The Texans aren't taking a quarterback.
I think the Texans are taking Khalil Mack. I don't think they like any of the
People,
quarterbacks.
that's a good point because Mel Kiper opened his first mock draft, which I hate by the way because he makes you pay for it. He had Khalil Mack going first.
Let me just try to
one pick.
Let me just try to go into the
That's what I was
Texans.
thinking.
Because you're an insider.
Wait,
No, I saw it on ESPN, like the show.
Let me just try to go on. Let me just try to pick the Texans' brain here.
Yeah.
They're thinking we don't like any of these quarterbacks, right? So we're not.
Oh, they have no one on their.
We're not going to reach
on
out
the draft.
Yeah, in the draft. We don't like our quarterbacks either.
I don't think they like Manziel. I don't think
they see Bridgewater or Bortles.
No,
as the number
I think they
one.
might see Bortles to me as the only guy, but like this is another thing. They are a quarterback away from becoming a Super Bowl contender. Clowney's the best player available and will make that defense. But if you even think about Clowney, Roman, oh my god, I keep forgetting his name.
Roman Harper?
No, the defensive coordinator for the Texans. He was the Chiefs head coach.
Romeo Crennel.
Yeah,
Romeo Crennel. I keep forgetting it. His scheme is kind of... I don't know about Clowney, but they still have Whitney Merciless, who's a developing pass rusher. Maybe they might be a quarterback away, but you can keep going.
I think this year they should stick with Matt Schaub. Just
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm not thinking that's
Not
terrible.
only was their quarterback thing a problem for the Texans, though, their defense was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that their idea is we could probably get a McCarron later, like a more prototypical quarterback later, and we can address our defense early with Khalil Mack. And I think they just like Khalil Mack's attitude.
Maybe.
His only scholarship offer was Buffalo.
But that was because of the injury he had in high school too.
True. But his only he has a chip on his shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Clowney is like the peak, but he seems like he has a lot of attitude downside.
He's a bum.
And Khalil Mack